Now, authorities and volunteers admit search efforts have been quite difficult following all the rain in recent days, which caused the Des Plaines River to flood. Now that the water is finally starting to recede, teachers say it's not just about money, but another important factor is their evaluation based on results, students' test results that can ultimately cost them their jobs. It's wet and it's heavy, but experts say leaving your driveway covered in snow could only cause even greater problems. Lawmakers say one of the biggest problems with cell phone use while driving now is text messaging, because you take your attention off of the road and onto your cell phone. $4.14 per gallon for regular gas, absolutely crazy. But come fall, hopefully, experts say when you insert your credit card, 94 flights and more than 1,600 stairs. So if it's your first stair climb, here's some tips. First, use the handrail. It's gonna be your best friend. Then, you wanna pace yourself. Last but not least, don't forget your music. Enjoy it on the way up. Protesters marched about a mile to Boeing headquarters in downtown Chicago, and when they arrived, to their surprise, Chicago police outnumbered them. Chicago police are looking for the person behind the wheel in a deadly hit and run. It happened on the city's northwest side, and that's where CBS 2's Courtney Gooseman joins us live from the scene with more details. Courtney, good morning.
CBS 2's Nate Rodgers is live at the scene in Bridgeport with details for us this morning. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, Marissa. In the last few hours, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office has identified this hit-and-run victim as 21-year-old Carissa Hines. A family member told us Hines recently graduated from the American Academy of Art and worked at Bridgeport Coffee House just 2 blocks away. According to police, the driver who hit Hines was going so fast, the impact threw her through the rear window of a parked car, where she landed in the back seat. Police say she died at the scene, and the driver of the dark-colored 4-door vehicle just kept going. This all happened around 11 o'clock last night. Now, Hines was well known in this area since she also lived nearby. This morning, customers who frequent the Bridgeport Coffee House say their favorite server will be missed.
Yeah, she was great. My wife is going to be even more shook up by this. She doesn't know who it was yet, and she's still sleeping, but it's somebody she really liked at the place, so one of our favorites.
Also, neighbors tell us they believe the car that hit Hines did blow a stop sign. Police are, of course, still looking for that driver. We're live in Bridgeport. Nate Rodgers, CBS 2 News. Marissa?
Such a sad story. All right, Nate, thank you.
The Chicago Transit Authority has made $200 million in transit card sales this year, but it's unknown how much they've lost through card scams. Well, after a call into our newsroom of hot spots in Chicago where you could illegally purchase fare cards, I decided to go undercover and see just how easy it is. Transit card hustlers aren't disguised. They look like you and me and are often found at bus and train stops loaded with commuters. Their goal? To make a quick dollar, thus cheating the CTA. So with our undercover camera, we first checked out 95th and the Dan Ryan, where commuters access the Red Line train and several South Side bus routes. Sure enough, even with police nearby, travelers took advantage of scalpers like this guy, boldly standing in front of ticket machines, making one sale after another. His deal, full fare transit cards for $1. CTA sells them for $2. He not only sold cards to me, but the CBS 2 investigative producer seen there in the white shirt bought some as well.
He said to me, that same ticket you're about to spend $2 on, I can give you for $1.
Days later, we went to Madison and Karlov on the city's west side, where we found a man selling 25 reduced fare cards. I bought the envelope full for $20. CTA sells them for 85 cents each. The buying and selling of fare cards by non-CTA personnel is illegal and could result in jail time, but some are willing to take the risk.
When somebody come up to you, if they give you a deal, who wouldn't buy it? A lot of people say they wouldn't, but the average person will buy it. You're saving money. Don't matter if you give it to the CTA or give it to a person off the street.
Again on Madison Street was our biggest score yet. For $30, I purchased a 4-year reduced fare permit. It allows seniors, children, and the disabled to ride for half price. Just like that. As long as you have the cash, you can always find a deal. Not so much a deal for CTA's president, Ron Huberman. He says the resold transit cards are all misused.
We sell millions of dollars worth of passes to not-for-profit entities, providing their clients with the means to get around. Unfortunately, those clients are selling their passes for other purposes.
CTA's Ron Huberman also tells us 17 people have been arrested for fare card fraud this year. In addition, the CTA has launched an investigation based on CBS 2's findings. In the control room, Nate Rodgers, CBS 2 News.
He is a child. No child deserves what he got, and he doesn't need to be floating around in nowhere land.
It's been 2 weeks, few leads, and still no sign of Breon Hunter. But despite that, a group of volunteers are determined to find his body.
Stick together. We want to be safe out here. Don't leave anything unturned.
Prosecutors say the 1-year-old was brutally beaten by his own mother, Lakeisha Baker, who initially said her son was kidnapped and she was attacked.
They pulled up out of the alleyway and told me, then we said, we want to see you right here no more. Start beating me, and all I hear is my baby just screaming.
Baker later told police she and her boyfriend, Michael Scott, beat the toddler with a belt and hanger, then dumped his breathless body into the Des Plaines River in Maywood. Now, authorities and volunteers admit search efforts have been quite difficult following all the rain in recent days, which caused the Des Plaines River to flood. Now that the water is finally starting to recede, crews believe the child's body will be found.
If it was my boy, I would want somebody out there searching. I'd be out there searching until they found him.
Today's search team included people that never met little Breon, but were moved enough to help find him.
He's a gift from God, and now he's gone, and he needs to be at peace.
Now, those volunteers say they will not stop searching until little Breon's body is found. Meanwhile, the child's mother and her boyfriend are charged with his murder. Nate Rodgers, CBS News.